Hello and welcome to season 2 of Social Distractions, where we come together to talk about all of the latest trends and topics in today's news. We bringing you all the newest trends and challenges that are happening on social media. I have a group of wonderful and talented people. I am Mike Mizzle, your moderator for today, who after 2 drinks, I speak fluent cursive. I am also here with Cecily Jamela, who doesn't mind being the negative person in a pandemic. We have our wonderful and illustrious Ryan Loomis, whose beard is longer than his attention span. And we have Tony P, ladies and gentlemen, here from the depths of the prison, making sure the outreach is happening. So today we have a lot going on. We're wrapping. We're almost done with Black History Month. So first of all, in our Black History moment is brought to us today by Ryan Loomis. He is sipping on Uncle Nearest premium whiskey. If you don't know what that is, please go look it up and make sure that you support them. They are a minority owned and operated whiskey company who was responsible for the award-winning formula for the Jack Daniels whiskey that everyone loves. Please go out, support Uncle Nearest, recycle our dollars. And in accordance to that, we're going to get right into it. Before we get started, I really do want to just take a moment and say that we are sending our prayers to everybody down in Texas and all of the cities that have been affected by the winter snowstorm. It's not fun and it's not funny. I know a lot of people have been like making, jokes and stuff online. As much as I love a good joke and some comedy, it's really not fun when people's lives are in danger. So we just really want to reach out to those people and say that we are praying for you guys. I know that the president-elect, Joe Biden, has said that it's a national emergency. He's going to go ahead and send some resources down there. We're just sending good vibes to them and prayer to them, to all the people down there, to stay warm and stay safe and stay inside as long as you can. And we are praying for you so that you guys make it out okay. Other than that, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on online and in the news and in the world today. I really don't mind starting out this week with some riveting journalism that has been sweeping social media. And just coming off the top of my head, let's talk about the Tory Lanez situation. Get it? Top of my head. So Tory Lanez, the fabulous, talented rapper from Canada, who has been making some waves in the music industry, but also making a few waves in the news with the events that happened with him and our favorite female rapper, Megan Thee Stallion, early this year. We really don't know what happened with that. So, and it seems like that the details to that were as sketchy as his hair pattern. So we're just trying to figure out if you guys have been following the Tory Lanez situation. Tory Lanez was out, in God's good earth the other day, and he was playing basketball with some peers of his and, having an amazing time until we got a glimpse of the top of his head. And if you haven't seen it, just, picture a severely burnt meatloaf bottom, like maybe like a girl fight and like they snatched out like a patch of like the crochet braids. It's not what we thought that Tory Lanez had paid for, because we know that he's probably on his second installment of transplants or implants. Ryan, what do you think about the Tory Lanez saga?
His head was patchy like hood grass.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Easter basket grass. It like Easter basket grass.
Definitely Easter basket grass.
That can't be what you paid for. Like,
but this just goes to show that, like, when these guys get money, like, their priorities are all effed up. The way you look is very important, and so I'm disappointed to find that was what lies beneath.
Here's the thing: those are the transplants. That's
the
surgery.
So it's the beginning stages of the transplant, right?
No. He had the surgery.
Oh, this is it.
That's the outcome. That's okay. Yeah, it looks like an abstract painting.
Got it from a Hilton transplant doctor or what? Like, he's not going to Beverly Hills.
Here's a little backstory. He went to the same doctor in Beverly Hills that Tyga went to. Because he talked about it on the Breakfast Club, that he told Tyga that if he hooked him up with his doctor, that Tyga would never have to pay for a feature. Looking like those features going to cost you a little something now, Tyga, because that ain't the same doctor you went to, because Tyga got Indian in his family. and
Well,
and Tory Lanez like he ran into a tribe of Indians. That's
Mike,
not. I'm sorry. I love
Mike,
like anybody that knows me knows that I am a Tory Lanez music fan. But the head top of his head like a Rubik's cube when you peel the stickers off. Go ahead, Tony.
I think in his defense, we should just kind of have a moment of silence because he's probably going to be the next Gorilla Glue model. With
Wow.
I think he's
fill in the blanks.
You know what? I think he's prepping for that. Yeah, Gorilla Glue model.
If anybody needed some Gorilla Glue, definitely, I would definitely go ahead and say that it could go right up in there. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Gorilla Glue girl,
Tessica Brown.
First of all, God bless Tessica Brown, because the surgeon, the surgeon that she went to in Los Angeles did an amazing job at not only restoring her hair back to a healthy place, but I feel like did it in a way that he preserved as much of her scalp and her follicles as possible.
And he's from, I think it's Miko Cosmetics. Yeah, he put some things together, like a special solvent, right?
Medical grade adhesive remover.
He did it for free. He saw what was happening with her and the trauma that she was going through, and he brought her out to Los Angeles, and he got her situated. And as much as people thought that she was, whatever, wasn't deserving of the GoFundMe and the support and all that, that was a traumatizing situation. And when she came out of that situation and she donated a large portion, I mean, like 75% of her GoFundMe to a company that does reconstructive surgery. And when I'm just going to say that Ms. Mama was happy about getting it back to normal. And she was like, she was out, she was doing interviews, and she was saying that she really wasn't focusing on Valentine's Day, because her heart wasn't really stuck together with anybody. She was getting so much attention. Like, she went so viral that she actually had to hire a manager. She now has a full-time agent to book her gigs. So because people are going to talk to her and going to find out how she got herself in that position. If she mistaken for the Gorilla Snot Glue, or if she knew exactly what she was doing and she just thought that, I got look, these baby hairs got to get tamed somehow.
I got something to say, but say something, Ryan. Go ahead.
One you get at CVS, the other you get at Home Depot. They
got them both at Target. They're both at Target.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not side by side.
But you're not going to the hair aisle to find Gorilla Glue. She was off in school supplies, hardware to get that Gorilla Glue.
It's in a completely different section, and if you saw what it looks like, because I have some, and it's intense. Like, I could lay my baby hairs, and they'd be laid for weeks. Like, it actually is scary. The gel product is nuts. You know what I mean? That's pack their wigs down. But I mean, to think that this is a step up is like insane. It's an insane idea that went horribly wrong.
Right. And so
but to think I've been working in this business for 15 years and all I had to do was to put fucking glue in my hair to get an agent. That's what hurts my feelings. But I'm here for Tessica. I support the sister.
I am too. Because this Black History Month and her edges are history. But she's gained so much fame and so much popularity.
Will we be talking about her next month?
No.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I think so too.
No.
I believe so too. Here's the thing, because I don't know how true it was. I know for a fact that the Gorilla Glue, the adhesive spray company, tweeted that we didn't know that we had to say this, but don't put the fucking glue in your hair. That was their tweet.
And did you see that a white boy tried it?
Yes.
No way.
And Yes.
No way.
And he went to the hospital. I'm still not sure if that's what he had in his hair, though. He went to the emergency room. We could go to the emergency room right now for a tummy ache and do a video. Oh, I'm here with the Gorilla Glue situation. So I'm not, unless someone actually said, wow, you too, man, crazy. I don't believe.
I don't believe the guy in the hospital. But if he did, that's definitely not a challenge. We're not doing that. Yes. And I really am glad that Tessica was able to get some semblance of help for her situation, and that she is going to have somewhat a normal life.
But is her life ever going to be normal? Because from here on out, she going to be like, oh, you that Gorilla Glue girl.
Well, that's why here today we're going to get her name, Tessica Brown.
Tessica Brown
out there, so that
she's a grown woman. She's not a girl.
She's an adult woman that had a traumatic experience with some home care products.
Listen, you don't understand the pressure that we have when it comes to our hair in general. I have had situations where I need to shellac my hair back and not had any product. And I'm telling you, the panic that goes through your body when you don't have something that can help meld your hair together is beyond, especially if you're a person that doesn't wear your hair natural. And looking at all her styles, her hair is always snatched up. So there is panic, like what's going to happen next? Would I put glue on my hair? No. That's some of the anxiety that I think that Black women go through in just making their hair presentable and how much hair is a part of our identity. And I think that's where a lot of women, Black and otherwise, resonated that you had a weak moment. Looking acceptable and attractive for women is very, very important, where sometimes we will do things to ourselves to hurt ourselves in order to present ourselves to look a certain way. So I think that a lot of women and men saw themselves in her in this desperate attempt to make herself look cute and then say, look, y'all, my hair has been fucked up for several weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
damn, girl, like, I've had them thoughts, but I never would. But you went here, and it's like, I want to meet you where you're at. So there's something rich here, and I just hope that she's able to explore it and to benefit from it in a way where the rest of her life she'll be blessed from what happened, and not just a meme for 2021.
Just to piggyback on what you were saying, it's such a huge issue with women of color in the industry and on social media that Simone Biles actually tweeted. I just an open letter, but she put out an open letter saying basically, I didn't sign up for the responsibility to be your type of beautiful. There's been times where she has to put on a strong exterior because she's got to come out, she got to do what she got to do. She said, but she can't say that the comments that she's read about herself or that she's heard. She talked about her figure and how she looks in dresses and how people say that she looks in pants and all of that, and but especially her hair. And she said that she's done trying to defend it. She's done trying to fit in, and she never signed up for whatever this competition is that is, beauty in America for a woman of color. So
it is. And no matter what, if you wear your hair straight, the natural people are gonna have a problem with that. If you wear your hair natural, then there's people gonna have a problem with that. I mean, like, we're always being pulled in one direction or another. And I mean, it's just an unfortunate thing for those of us who have textured hair. It's always a conversation, and it's very much part of you. You know, sometimes you're like, can I just not have this be a conversation? Can I wear my hair like everybody else and blend in? So, I mean, just being a Black woman in particular, especially in this country, like, it's a conversation that you have to have, and you have it with yourself often. So I think that in a way, Tessica did bring that out and highlighted that for us. Black History Month. I'm
glad she did,
Yeah.
Tory Lanez, hey.
Get
some Gorilla Glue, buddy. I saw that McDonald's was trending on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that, Ryan. I know you are our roving reporter. What's going on with McDonald's?
Yo, let me tell you. Finally, I feel like The Rock right now. Finally, High C Orange has come back.
Shut up.
To McDonald's.
Shut up.
Yes.
Look at Seth's like, why is that? Why do we care?
Why don't you care?
No, I'm saying that was, look at her face. I know why.
I don't drink soda. So like, why is this give you
it's a juice.
It's not soda. It's a fruit drink.
High C is not soda.
No, it's not. It's not carbonated. Yes.
No, it's not soda. It's a fruit. It's a drink. You know how you go to the store, you get like
it's junk juice though, right? It's junk juice. It's not real juice.
It's junk juice. It's like what Sunny Delight would be the orange juice.
Okay, it's junk juice. All right.
But
it has some vitamins and minerals in it.
Yeah, in the name. Yeah.
Here's the thing. It was their number 2 most popular drink next to Coke, because everyone knows McDonald's Coke is the best Coke. But with High C Orange, when they got rid of it, people were signing petitions. People were boycotting McDonald's. It's like, they finally they brought it back. Yeah, and it's not like the McRib where it's only a limited time. Like, they're like, yo, like, We heard y'all. We need to bring it back.
That man meat burger just don't slide the same. I only eat fish fillet. That's the only thing I order from McDonald's, and I would have to be on the road in between Kentucky and somewhere else in a snowstorm, and McDonald's is open.
I'm gonna tell you something, Mike. I'm about to ruin fish fillet for you. You know, Popeyes just started a fish sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah, are they fighting?
Oh, listen, it is no. Oh, okay. They're not on it like the chicken sandwich, and I'm kind of glad, but it's probably one of the best fish sandwiches on the market.
I'll be back. What? Yeah. What? How do I get the snack text? I want the snack text.
And listen, man. Listen, I am the fat snack king. You know this.
I know this. Can I get on the email blast, on the text blast for the snacks?
They send me like a bat signal. It's a chicken wing in the sky.
Okay. Oh, like the one
on
the
KFC. Next question. How did you find out about this?
The fish sandwich or the high C orange?
The high C orange.
I found out about the high C orange through Twitter because like it was trending. It was literally trending.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
I'm like, wait, what? High C? What? Like, yeah, they got rid of it. And then when I read the story that it's coming back. And they dropped it like a Beyonce album because it was like literally they announced it and it was back the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, yo, hey, pull up. They just like, like McDonald's is like hashtag pull up.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Well, man, that's I don't know. Hey, I don't know. The kids are gonna be bouncing out the car windows now, but
if only Taco Bell can follow suit with the Mexican pizza.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was so good. That was so good. That was so good.
Yes.
Why would they get rid of that?
The reason why they got rid of the Mexican pizza because the case or the paper stuff they put it in wasn't conducive, wasn't like budget friendly. I'm like, what?
When I tell you, my heart breaks because they don't have the Mexican pizza and the Mexican milk.
Yeah.
Too like
the
that's
Mexican milk. Wow.
Right.
I say let's protest.
Because that Mexican pizza was like everything, and like,
that's all I would get.
It was cut into four pieces.
Yep.
You know, it had the black olives and the cheese and the green onions.
The crust. Oh.
Yep.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Well, hey. Well, okay. So now that we've had our fat moment, we would definitely be writing a strong letter to corporate over at Taco Bell.
Maybe they'll bring the high C to Taco Bell.
Well, I forgot. There was another fast food place that had it, but McDonald's literally does something to all their drinks. Their drinks pass through a special refrigeration that has it's crack.
I was going to say, this is horrible.
Like, they put.
Can you buy high C in the store?
They're souping up the high C.
Can you buy high C in the store? Like,
here's the thing, Tony. Have you ever had the Minute Maid fruit punch in the bottle and then the Minute Maid fruit punch in the actual like box container? It's two totally different tastes.
Yeah,
it's like they come from different fathers.
Right. Right.
It's the same thing. High C orange. It doesn't taste the same anywhere else. That's why people were so mad when McDonald's got rid of their high C. Yes.
Did anyone see Super Size Me?
Yes.
So I brought my 9-year-old. He's now 22 to see this film. He was the only child in that theater, and when I say he was traumatized, he was traumatized. At the end of the movie, everyone stood up and clapped, and he said, "Mom, can we go to Wendy's?" And I said, "Yes." Everyone was like this.
Okay. Well, he been woke.
Dude, like it's just criminal, actually.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, I guess we're going to jail because it's happening. You know what? I also saw something too about the presidential family. So Ryan, you being our political correspondent, can you speak on that?
Yes. So apparently Trump went for a run.
Running from who?
But it wasn't the Trump you guys. It was Ivanka Trump. For some reason, she made news going out for a run. The first time anyone had seen anybody in the Trump family since, I guess, the inauguration. And she was pictured running with two of her Secret Service people. And then it came up that she is possibly running for Senate in Florida.
Okay, I've never seen her run anywhere ever. So maybe she's trying to practice in case she wears that red hat outside right now.
Exactly.
But you don't see like the Obama children out with like Secret Service and doing all that. I really don't understand I don't get them. I don't get them at
I
all.
think the Secret
No.
Service is like your detail for life after
Yeah.
you're
Once you
Yeah.
Right.
once you're president, you have a special Secret Service detail for life. Your whole
Yeah.
family, your entire
Okay.
family. So the kids, Ivanka, the kids, they all have Secret Service for life.
So that whole
Oh my
clan.
God. I heard that she wouldn't allow her Secret Service folks to use her bathroom, so they had to go to other politicians' bathrooms close by because they did not want anyone to have a movement in their house.
I can jump in front of a bullet, but I can't take a deuce.
Nope.
Yeah, well, there you go. I love those MAGA folks.
Yeah, but real quick, you brought up the Obama children. One of the daughters, I think it's the youngest one, Donald Glover has a show, and she's now a writer on a show with him.
We'll come through. Maybe they'll fall in love on set.
Nice.
He'll leave that. Oh, that's not fair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to our Asian American wives. We love you guys. That's awesome, though. I think that's awesome. I don't think it's nepotism. I think that if she's there, it's because she's got the chops to be there.
Sorry.
Well, would you
No
if
Black
question.
History Month,
The
guys.
chops.
if Obama came to you and was like, "Hey, hire my daughter. I want my daughter on your podcast."
Yeah,
You-
she's
Exactly.
she's taking my square. Look, I'll just lip sync.
But I'm not saying she's not talented. I just, it.
Right.
It didn't hurt.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt.
Right.
Absolutely.
It didn't hurt.
Highly
Right.
recommended.
Right.
Yes.
But but we're happy for her. So speaking of Black women and Black excellence during Black History Month, our favorite fave, Rihanna, was made headlines on several different fronts. Cecily, you want to bring up some speed?
Yeah, so my girl Rihanna is accused of cultural appropriation and religious insensitivity when she posted a topless image of herself wearing a pendant depicting the Hindu god Ganesha. And folks in India are pissed, and rightfully so. They said that she was disrespectful. They said that she was sexualizing their religion. There's a lot of folks in India, a lot of people for real. And I had no idea. And I think even though she apologized, I think it's interesting because as Black people, we are appropriated all the time. Like that's just like
All the
status quo. And there's some people who are saying that Rihanna wasn't as endearing or sensitive in her apology, almost kind of like, I'm sorry in my Rihanna voice. But it just goes to show across the board, I think we all need to be like aware and sensitive when it comes to other people's cultures. The photo is beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. But if I was from India and if this was my religion, I would be pissed too.
Yeah, I didn't love the photo. I definitely get where they're coming from. I agree that just in this day and age, we gotta do some research.
But we know so little about ourselves. Can you imagine what we don't know about everyone else? Not only do we deserve some grace, but sometimes I'm like, other people deserve some grace too, because we don't know what things mean in general and how important they are to other cultures.
Right.
And so, when you're an artist, you're like, these things right here, amazing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, that was my grandmother.
Right.
So it's just like we're not as in touch. We're a very new country. Many of us are just people don't even know who their daddies are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm just trying to figure it out. Like for my career over this photo. I'm done.
Okay, well here this. I'm not as sensitive as you guys are because my thing is if y'all gonna get mad over that, I better not see no Indian wear no cross, wear no Star of David, wear no nothing because it's like as here's the thing, we do it like I don't think she was doing it to sexualize. She was taking a sexy picture, just happened to maybe wearing a necklace or whatever it was that she liked.
Yes.
So again, I think it's this new age. Like people just too sensitive nowadays. Like, come on, like it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
If you put Jesus in a thong, I'm gonna fight you.
In a what?
In a thong.
Oh wow.
And I'm not even kind of Christian, but I'm gonna fight you though. So it's like we have to know where we're pulling from.
Is it the black Jesus or the white Jesus? Which one are you gonna be more?
It's one of them. Man, one of them.
Not a man Jesus in the thong.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not a deity, but like every Black History Month, they circulate those pictures of Martin Luther King with a do-rag on, or Martin Luther King with the gold teeth, it rubs me the wrong way, and he's not even a deity. So
I did a video on this last year, and it's like I have the collection of the most ghettoest things that you see. Martin Luther King with money in his hand, girl booties, and it's just a whole hot ass mess.
There's just some things that we kind of just hold, in high regard, and I don't want it dangling between your naughty parts. Also, too, I think that it probably would have went. No, it wouldn't. It's 10 zillion of them. That wasn't gonna slide. It wasn't a photo shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a photo shoot. It was very like on the fly, off the cuff. Like, she had like one hand right here, and it's like this whole under boob was hanging out, and then there was the cross. And it was just like, it wasn't. I mean, even if it had been artfully done, they still had a right to feel transgressed. So and then two, she was in the news for so much other stuff, being the first billionaire black woman with a billionaire cosmetics brand. So it was just a lot of great things going on for her. So I just really didn't think we needed that at that moment.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
In the Rihanna archives, I'm with Cecily. Girl, you could have been in the studio making some music.
Tony, you're a big Rihanna fan. What did you think?
I am not a big Rihanna fan.
It's gonna be the eye roll for me.
So
it's gonna be the independent eye roll for me.
His face is like, bitch.
It's gonna be each eye rolling separately for me. Maybe he was like, I don't know.
He was like at the mere mention of Rihanna.
I respect Rihanna for her business acumen, Savage Fenty, her cosmetic line. That's great. Her artistry, I think she's well-rounded as far as the artist is concerned in getting her paper. But a lot of times, we can't blame Rihanna because, when Beyonce did the thing with the sun goddess and all that, people were up in arms. So a lot of times these artists are just seeing stuff and they're doing their interpretation of it for their artistic form. They're using it as a form of their freedom in some of their videos or whatever. So, she didn't know, but I think she may have thought, hey, so maybe a creative director said, hey, this looks cool. And she didn't know. Most times, most artists don't research anything. They're just like, okay, you say it looks good, so I'm gonna wear it, and I'm not gonna, research it.
So going and looking at that picture and having worked, in television, I know sometimes a wardrobe just hands you stuff. And and that necklace, like the little God figurine, was like a purplish. All the earrings, purplish, everything she had on was like cohesive, so it all matched. You can buy like little jade Buddhas now, to people are wearing those. Like, it's popular now to wear on necklaces. That's why I don't think she was doing it to sexualize. I think wardrobe bought it for it, was like, here, wear this stuff, it all matches, it goes together, and then boom, now it's like, oh, because she had a titty out, like.
Yeah, that's pretty much what sexual. Okay, I can't buy a Jade Buddha, just hang it off my balls and be like, check me out. A stylist gave me a Jade Buddha.
Where I draw the line?
Just gonna hang it off my balls real quick, just to, because I have enough money to buy India. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, like you said, I think we have to acclimate to the times, and we're in a very very sensitive time right now, and I think we have to just kind of go above and beyond and make sure that we're not trampling people's feelings, because you don't want beef with all of India, because that's gonna be a problem.
India don't want beef because they don't eat beef.
People in the states don't want to eat beef.
Cows?
Right, yeah. But you know what? Speaking of that, you know who else is not going to be eating beef soon? We're not. Exactly.
Not at all.
No, we're not. Everybody's favorite world dominator, evil villain, Bill Gates has some different ideas for us.
Okay, so Bill Gates has kind of become everybody's villain, but Bill Gates believes that the wealthiest countries should not eat beef because we need to combat climate change. And he thinks that the methane that is produced from cows, because if you've ever driven in Central California, you know exactly what I mean. God, it stinks. that methane gas that's produced affects the ozone and what have you. And he was saying that you can still have the same taste, texture, etc., without actually having livestock. And we know that they can actually produce meat that tastes like meat from cow DNA. And I don't know if you guys ever delved off into the Beyond Burger or the Impossible Burger, but they have the same texture as meat burgers and they're very, very close. And so he said, we have the technology to create beef without cows, and we should be doing it to save humanity. What do you guys think?
First of all, I don't believe anything a supervillain says. Okay, because they're always
Really?
they're always no.
Yeah.
This is the same person who has no medical background, but he's buying and selling vaccines. This is the same person that wants to create a technology that blocks the sunlight from the earth. And here's my thing. You're saying that the most wealthiest countries in the world should not eat meat because of the gas that it creates, but you don't believe that the wealthiest people in the world should contribute to combat poverty in the same country that you live in.
Say it again for the people in the back, Mike.
Stay there for a second, because I will say this: the food that you eat that's called meat is not as closely related to meat as we knew it in our childhood. The things that our children eat is not closely related to the things that we ate as children and our parents before us. And I'll say this: my father grew up on a farm. I've had that, like the chicken I played with. They killed it in the afternoon. We ate it that evening, and they laughed at me when I found out that was my friend Bessie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Bessie.
And I remember when the things that I made for my children tasted and felt different. You know what I'm saying? Like in our lifetimes, we've seen how food has changed with additives, GMOs, and hormones and things like that. So in defense of him, is what we're eating right now considered a clean version of meat, regardless of what you call it, you know what I'm saying, in comparison to what they're growing in the lab. When many of our fruits and vegetables are over a year or so old, they are carbon copies of some strawberry DNA or whatever. Like most of this stuff is not hand-picked off of a vine like it used to be less than 10 years ago. I mean, I'm throwing that in the mix where it's like, maybe most of our food is made from some cloned animal or something like that.
Yeah, see, that's my fear. My fear is that we open the door to say, hey, we're cool with the synthetic meat. Then they'll be like, oh, well, if you like, we're just gonna give you plastic, like the cheese that won't melt. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
what if they've been doing it the whole time though? Like they'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, we're cool with it. Okay, cool. Like
They
that's what
don't
we
have to tell us where any of this stuff is coming from. They never said, hey, by the way, that chicken that you ate,
yeah,
she's on the roids. You know what I mean? She's
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
2 days old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you find out this stuff after the fact.
right.
But like, I just wonder, like, what of the lesser of two evils? It's like, you know, some of these things we're eating are so young, but they've been pumped up with all these things to make them fatter, beefier, and things like that.
But they won't allow us to, like, how about this? How about you put your money into just organic farming? How about that? How about we return, like, if I want to eat meat, then allow me to grow my own meat. And then that way I know what I'm eating. It's similar to like the versus battle between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. I've got more money. No, now I've got more money. We don't care. We don't care. You guys have enough money to end poverty in this country with your tax returns. You know what I'm saying? But yet you guys are going back and forth trying to one up each other on who's got the most money. And with Bill Gates, you got enough money to do so much good, but you're always somewhere tangled up in some nefarious plan to, you know, overthrow some foreign country or something like that. I don't trust it.
The mix is that we eat more meat than any other country in the world, and I have friends that are from other places, and they're like, I've never eaten as much meat in my life. Like when I came here, I got fat. You know what I'm saying? Like most countries don't eat beef protein with every meal.
Right.
The amount of beef protein, like if you were gonna go on Uber Eats right now, like like the spread we just experienced, you can do that for very little. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to have a steady supply where any and everyone can go and get burgers and this and choice pieces of meat. So it's like the amount of farms that we have in this country and other places to even produce this amount of meat is insane.
No, I totally get it.
Vegetable gardens that go crazy. We've got all these other things too. So, I mean, that's where my mind goes, where it's like, we'll scale it back. I mean, it is kind of crazy. I don't want to eat anything synthetic, but at the same time, it's like, what have we been doing in the meantime that isn't good for our planet?
So I totally agree. I totally agree that we can definitely make some improvements, but it's gonna be bacon for me, and it's gonna happen. So I'm sorry, Bill Gates, but I'm not eating synthetic bacon. I don't even like turkey bacon. So I definitely
turkey bacon is like masturbation. It'll do for now.
Oh, I eat fake bacon. I haven't had bacon in 2 years. So
what fake bacon?
It's a soy bacon.
See, I can't. I can't. If it's vegan, just make it vegan. Stop trying to make the vegetables into meat byproducts. Just say, look, here is a soybean sandwich, and I'm like, all right, cool, put some cheese on it.
Yeah.
But it's so much going on. Like, you're gonna have meat on the table. Definitely make sure you have a white friend on speed dial, because that seems to be the trend nowadays. You can't really get by just being you. I don't care how much money you got, but you're gonna definitely need a white friend on speed dial. Tony, you want to bring us up to speed on the couple and their appraisal?
Yeah, there was a couple in California who had a white friend pose like they were the homeowners. So when they posed as the homeowners, the white couple, the house appraised for more money. And that they were kind of outdone, because it's like, what is this? What's this about? It went up several $100,000 being appraised as a house that belonged to someone who was white, as opposed to someone who was black, which is insane.
But we knew that already.
We did, but I mean, still, like, you're still stunned when you hear about that.
Yeah. It was. I think I know the story. It was like almost like $500,000 more.
It was definitely It was.
It wasn't like 100,000. It was definitely like $500,000.
No, it was $500,000. It went up $500,000. The appraisal, and the funny thing is, but they got an appraisal from the appraisal company. They bought the house from another black family, but they got the house appraised, and the house appraised for $800,000. Then they spent $400,000 in renovations. They added a new floor, they added a fireplace, they added new flooring and windows, and all these renovations that would double the value of the house. And when this appraiser came out, who just so happened to be, not saying that she was racist, but she happened to be an older white lady, they got the house appraised for $800,000 before they started doing the renovations. They put another $400,000 into the house, adding a fireplace, flooring, all just everything, like an entire floor, and they got the house appraised again, and the price came back at $900,000. And so they went back and forth via email with the appraisal company, and they were granted a second email. So they called one of their white friends and said, "Hey, we think that we've been discriminated because of the color of our skin. Do you mind, standing in for us, pinch hitting for us, basically at this appraisal, and just to make sure that we're not that it is what it is, and that they're just appraising our house." When their white friend brought over pictures of her family, put them in the house, made the house look like it was hers, the house appraised for $1.482, which was a $500,000 or 50% higher appraisal than it was just 2 weeks before that when they were the owners.
I totally believe it. I just really feel like white people or non-black people just are consumed with what they see on television, things they've been told by family members, their ancestors, and they just really don't know how we live. They really, some of my best friends, like I would say more than half of my best friends are non-black, and we have these moments like, I didn't know, oh my God. Like, you see the whole process where they just believe that we live in a way that is a lot different than them. And so it's just really sad to think that, I mean, even with my son being in school and play dates and stuff, like those moments are so crazy because they have such a different view of what we are like in our homes. It's sickening to me.
Yeah. I agree. I'm really glad that America's president, Joe Biden, spoke on that and said that he would be he would definitely be launching some initiatives to try to even out the playing ground, because I mean this country has a history of redlining. They have a history of doing this to families of color, and so he said that he's definitely going to look into it and make sure that things are implemented to help to bring some fairness to the housing discrimination that's happening across the country. So, and speaking of housing discrimination, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But no, it was a wonderful show. It's been a crazy, crazy week. There's a whole bunch of other topics that that we didn't get to cover. These were the highlights of the week, and we don't have a challenge this week. This is almost the first week in 2021 that we don't have a challenge. So I was ready to do something strange for a little change, but there's no challenge, and I'm definitely not doing the super glue challenge. Like, I'm already gone, all at once gone. I'm definitely not about to ruin the rest of my follicles. But it's always great to see you guys, and we will be back on the next episode to bring you what's popping in the industry and going on around the world and in our country, in the news and on social media, and probably talk about some sports or not.
Yeah,
because we're not into it. So God bless you. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in for Social Distractions. I'm Mike Mizzle. That's Cecily Jamela, Tony P, Ryan Loomis, and we are out.
Thanks.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.